Mono Rants at the Movies, a podcast where we rant about films you may have seen at house parties. I'm one of your hosts and jack of all trades, Mono, and she loves Quicktime Harch. It's my co-host and master of none, Kira.
Who doesn't love Quicktime Harch?
Who doesn't love Madeline Kahn?
Oh my god, Madeline Kahn.
She elevates this film so
She's
much.
My favourite part of this whole movie.
She's great. Like, Dom DeLuise is good as Nero, but anybody playing opposite Madeline Kahn is always going to come out worse than Madeline Kahn. Because she's just so fucking funny. Like, she really goddamn is. I had forgotten, not that
Empress
she was in it,
Nympho,
but just how much she has in the Rome section.
She's only in a little bit, but fucking Christ, is she fantastic in it.
Yeah, it's great. And I like nearly how they spread out. You've got Madeline Kahn in one section, and then we've got Harvey Korman in another section.
Yeah, and Cloris then in the French Revolution.
Yeah, it's always good when you get Cloris and Madeline.
Yes.
But yes, of course, today we are talking History of the World Part 1. Because there is now a part 2, so that joke doesn't quite land as much as it used to.
No.
Especially when I found out that he was asked at the premiere if they'd ever make a part 2, and he said absolutely not.
It would be part 4?
Maybe a part 4, but never a part 2. And I'm like, well, why didn't you just stick with that gag for the Hulu series? Because, I'm happy we got more History of the World. Like, I do enjoy the History of the World part 2, but I'm just like, you ruined a gag and you could have had another gag, and I'm like, Mel, you're better than that. Mel's better than that.
Mel is better than that.
But that said, I do love this film. I'm just going to say that straight out. But it's probably one of his weaker ones.
Yeah.
It's not as coherent, I find.
Yeah, it kind of loses steam around the French Revolution, and it has a touch of, I don't know how to finish this, so we're just going to finish it.
I don't mind the ending. It's very Mel Brooksy, Monty Python-y. It's just...
Especially with the big stone, the end.
I think it's because Rome takes up... It's like...
Rome's most of it.
Yeah, you've got like 5 or 10 minutes at the start, and then Rome is like 50 minutes, and then you've got a sing-song for about 5 or 6 minutes. And then you've got about... Yeah, and then you've got about... Stop it. And then you've got about 20 minutes of the French Revolution at the end, so it's really imbalanced as well. There's some great gags in there, don't get me wrong.
Oh, and Spike Milligan.
And yes, like the cast as well. The cast is incredible.
I'm sorry, Spike Milligan letting the birds go and they're just dropping.
Just anything Spike Milligan does. What fool put a carpet on the wall?
Oh, legend.
Spike is just, but I mean, who else is in it? Just in the background as well.
Like Pamela Stevenson's there as his daughter.
Yeah, but just in the background, you've got like B. Arthur, Andrew Sachs shows up.
Yeah.
Sid Caesar's in there. You've got
Sid Caesar's the main caveman.
Yeah, you've got...
he doesn't even have a speaking role. It's mostly grunting and then clubbing women.
In the Inquisition, you've got a whole load of other guests.
Is it Rodney Dangerfield?
Jackie Mason.
That's the one.
He does kind of look like... No, in fairness, he
early version of them before they've grown into the face that we know and love.
Yeah, no, the cast is just... It's incredible, and you will spend a lot of it going, fuck, I forgot they were in this. Hey,
is that I know him. A lot of time doing that Leonardo DiCaprio pointing at the TV.
Yeah, and that guy whose name I can never remember, but who plays Bernays.
Oh my god, I love Bernays. He's the wonderful freak in The Producers as well.
Yeah, he's the director's assistant.
Oh, Bernays. Don't be saucy, Bernays.
Don't get saucy with me, Bernays. There's so many looks to cameras in this film as well.
When Harvey Korman is berating your man at the fucking palace and saying, say it, Monet. And Bernays is stood next to him.
Every time he's correcting somebody to do Monet, Bernays is in the background doing
mouthing it and being a shit.
But especially when the piss boy is saying it as well. He's like, Dubonnet, Sebonnet. You can see Bernays is like, this guy gets it. Yeah. This guy gets it.
I have one thing about the piss boy character. Why is he holding the bucket like that? It's a bucket. Hold it by the handle down. You won't be spilling it, but he's like holding the bottom and holding it by the handle. And I was like, dude, you're just going to spill it everywhere.
I don't know.
I was just like, that's a weird way to hold a bucket full of liquid.
Bucket full of piss, no
less.
Yeah,
especially a liquid you don't want to get on your shoes.
Shall we do a summary and then jump into the greater part of the film?
Yeah.
Travel back through time and see all of history. 5 random points in history. In Mel Brooks' epic saga for the ages, History of the World Part 1. See the dawn of man. See Moses for about 2 seconds. See the grandeur of Rome for most of the film's running time. See a completely unnecessary musical number. And see why it's good to be the king.
It is good to be the king.
It's another one of those, like we talked about it in Blazing Saddles. Mel Brooks is responsible for so many tropes, and you just don't realise, well, unless you are of an age where you grew up properly with Mel Brooks films and not like us where you were introduced to them kind of later as a teenager or a young adult.
High Anxiety.
So many tropes,
like,
so many gags come from Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
Like, but it's
everyone
good to
knows
be the king.
the Simpsons Philharmonic Orchestra on the bus.
Everyone knows it's good to be the king.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it's good to be the king.
It is good to be the king.
It's just the way he says it though. And then, because it's, again, with Mel Brooks and his just genius in comedy, the king, the proper king, says it 3 times. We've got our rule of 3s.
Yeah.
And then the piss boy, when Pamela Stevenson, what's she called?
She's whatever.
Rimbaud the younger, Mademoiselle Rimbaud, when she bursts in and she's like, "Ravish me, king, hump me, do it, do it, do it," and he's like, "It's good to be the king." But we're jumping straight to the end. Will we go through section by section, I suppose?
Yeah, well, we get our prehistoric introduction.
Yes,
with Orson Welles.
With Orson. Well, Orson Welles does more than just the narration there, but it's most heavily at the start. Yeah.
For his ridiculous fee.
$5,000
a day.
And Mel Brooks was like, "This is going to cost me a shitload of money."
Preemptively paid him $25,000. He banged him out in a morning because it's Orson Welles.
Yeah.
And if you've never seen or heard, was it the Bird's Eye Peas ad?
Yeah.
Peas? Orson Welles is legendary for just coming in, going one take and done.
Yeah.
So he made off with a bonus $20,000.
Yeah, pretty much. But I'm not overly fond of the caveman section, but I do love the first gag, and not just because it's a dick joke of Homo erectus and they're all standing around jerking it.
Yeah.
But I just love the caption of "our forefathers." I love any joke like that. That's just a reminder of, we are just monkeys without hair.
Yeah.
Like, let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
I also like the invention of the first critic.
Yeah,
when he gets up on the rock and pisses on the painting.
That's my other favourite gag. They're my 2 favourite gags in that section. Like, the rest of them are they're okay. I like the
first marriage.
First marriage, shortly followed by the first homosexual marriage. I like that gag as well. And I like the art critic gag.
Yeah.
And with the birth of the artist must follow the inevitable afterbirth
of the critic.
The other great gag when he's talking about death. Death was not understood and was greeted with a certain measure of awe, and they all just look at the body and go, "Aww." Those are Mel Brooks gags.
Yes. I think the only one that's ever achieved that kind of level since then is The Greater Good. The Greater Good.
Even that's kind of different.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the Stone Age it's probably only about 5 minutes.
It's fun.
It's a bit of silly fun at the start. Some of the gags don't land, some of them do. And then we move on to Moses, like I said, for about 2 seconds.
But Moses is hilarious because it's like, behold, the 10 commandments.
Moses' best bit comes later on, I think.
When he gets held up.
In Rome.
Yeah.
But yeah, there it was just a bit of opportunism. Mel Brooks said himself that he wasn't sure kind of how to get to Rome.
Yeah.
And didn't necessarily want to skip over the Bible, and then just had a moment of inspiration where he was like, hang on, we can rearrange these cave sets and make it look like a mountain, and I can be Moses, and just kind of roll it on the spot kind of thing. It's a good gag. It's a good gag of him dropping the tablet, but it's just because that's all it is. And then being
like, "Oh, those 5 probably don't matter anyway."
And it was written on it. It's like, don't impregnate. Oh, I can't remember what the other is. Like, don't impregnate, don't be mean, and one of them is definitely don't drop or don't break. But I think because that's all you get from it, it's just a bit like, oh, and then we're into Rome.
Yeah.
Rome then, probably my favourite segment. It does make up the larger part of the...
Yeah, it's got an actual kind of story and characters that you follow.
Yeah.
All the Vestal Virgins being play bunnies.
I do like the kind of pan over of Rome at the start with people selling various things. They do it with France as well.
Yeah.
But the Roman one is better with your man selling like pipes and the guy selling suits.
And there's what's his name? They're pitching the idea for Playboy.
Oh yeah, because I was like, why is there a guy there with a pipe? And you were like, that's Hugh Hefner. I was like, oh yeah, so
it's a really young Hugh Hefner.
So it is, talking about his idea for the centerfold.
Yeah, and then him being a stand-up philosopher.
The gladiator's there first. Have you killed anybody this week? No. Have you tried to kill anybody this week? Yes. Right, this is your last week on insurance. You don't kill anybody this week.
Oh, so you're a bullshit artist.
Yeah. B. Arthur's little cameo there is great. She's just properly fed up, dull worker.
But it's B. Arthur as well. Like, her whole thing is that kind of long suffering, and she does it so well. Especially at the end when she goes, I'm on my wine break, and just slams it. And I like to think that Roz from Monsters, Inc. is a somewhat spiritual successor to B. Arthur's grumpy unemployment office lady.
I love the way when he says, I'm a stand-up philosopher. She's like, what? And he's like, a stand-up philosopher. I coalesce the vapor of human experience into a viable construct for people to understand. Oh, you're a bullshit artist. And he's just, It's just so good. And I do love as well the fact that we get, I've forgotten his name, but your man who plays Murphy in High Anxiety as...
Speedicus.
As Swiftest Lazarus, because it's supposed to be a play on Swifty Lazar, the old Hollywood agent.
He's like, I got you a gig at the Palace.
He's always fun in it. He just has a certain energy when he's in Mel Brooks films, and I love it.
It's that, you know, the way I love that old transatlantic accent that you don't really get anymore in like old Pathé films. Like, I love old Pathé clips where they're like narrating like some magical thing, or especially when they're talking about like women's products, because it's so condescending, it's hilarious.
It's that...
But he has something like that kind of, I'm the newsboy and I'm going around very fast and like, and it's like...
No, it's the put upon comic sidekick kind of trope.
I got it.
You see it more in High Anxiety, but you get bits of it here, like when he shows up and Comicus gives out to him for losing his last toll payment, and he's like, oh yeah, here I am, an agent getting you a job, and you're giving out to me for it. Like, it's that kind of dynamic that they often put him in with Mel, and he just plays it so fucking well. Like, especially, hey, I know that horse.
It's America.
Absolutely love. I don't know why, but I love the Ethiopian Shim Sham.
Oh,
his little sand dance.
Yeah. Josephus trying desperately to save his own life and not be sold as a slave.
And once again, like with Blazing Saddles, I can't picture Richard Pryor in the role. No. This was supposed to be him, but he had his infamous freebasing fire incident like 2 days before filming. And
he was already a massive insurance risk. Like,
well, that was the
why
problem with Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
But I think at this point he was such a big name, and Brooks was such a big name. They were like, we can't, it's worth the risk kind of thing.
Yeah, and then it turned out to not be.
Well, at least it was before filming as opposed to like during or something like that.
Yeah, I do love him in See No Evil, Hear No Evil, and I love him opposite Gene Wilder in that.
But it's...
And I think that character suit, there's something about that role that he is just magnificent in, but I just,
Like with Cleavon Little absolutely kind of embodied the character.
Yeah.
Josephus is it's not that I couldn't see Richard Pryor playing him, it's just...
Josephus is, like, because Richard Pryor he's that cool, he's like... And Josephus has that, but there's a different... He's almost kind of like jazzy.
Yeah, it's a...
He's like almost like a 1920s, like, jazz... stereotype, and I know that sounds weird, but it's the only way I can kind of describe how just like he's a cool cat.
There's an unseriousness to him as well. Like he's very kind of jokey and I don't know, I just can't see.
I also think the fact that he's so tall and thin and not physically imposing adds to the character as well, especially later on when they're like, don't eunuchs fill out when they're castrated, and they're like, he's new. When he's trying to get out, also being sold as a slave by saying he's Jewish, and your man just looks down his pants.
Jewish, eh? I jumped. It was his first day. I jumped and he missed.
Well, so we get a continuation of that in part 2 with it grew back, and then Richard kind of explaining how you tie a string around it and put a little weight on it.
Yeah, but no, it is just, there's something about that Ethiopian Shim Sham dance that he does, and it's not even the dance itself, it's just the way he finishes it with, and that's the Ethiopian Shim Sham. I just love it. I don't know why. Gregory Hines cracks me up the whole way throughout it. Then when the Romans show up after he's knocked out your man, he's like, seize this honkus. He's just, and I think it was Madeline Kahn that suggested him on short notice. Yeah. But again, like with Cleavon Little, I can't picture Pryor in the role. No. Because Gregory Hines did such a good job, and unfortunately, also like Cleavon Little, also died quite young.
Yes,
sadly. Died, I think, in his 50s in the early 2000s. Mm-hmm. But yeah, then kind of once you get the Josephus bit and Comicus and Miriam is there, that's when Nympho shows up, and it's kind of you've gotten nearly all your important characters introduced at that
Yeah.
point, with the exception of the Emperor.
But that's okay, because you meet the Empress first in her litter, making them all stop and asking, not politely, but could they all please march on the same foot?
My tits are falling off.
And she's chewing gum, and she's just got this like weird valley girl, but also slightly Germanic. Like, she's very strict, but she's also an airhead.
I cannot praise her portrayals of silly characters enough. She's so fucking funny. She's just so funny. The looks to camera that she gives
is ridiculous. She has this thing where she'll say something completely ridiculous, and then this wistful, far off stare. Where she's like, you can just see she's
or
picturing,
half wry smile. My favourite one is when the general, I can't remember what he's called, is coming up to her and talking about how much he loves her and he'll be her servant and this sort of thing. And she's like, oh, but the servant waits while the master baits. And then, the look to camera.
It's just this glazed over look to camera. And, it's so good. She's so good at doing things badly well. It could be overacted to shit. Like, it could be.
Oh well, it is, and it's not.
With anybody else, you'd be like, "This is so bad." But those little
she's acting at overacting.
Yeah. No, it's like her incredible performance in Blazing Saddles, where she sings badly well.
Yeah.
Which is so difficult to do. The only other person I've seen do it well is Patricia Rutledge, because she was an opera singer.
Oh yes.
Mrs. Bucket.
Yeah.
And she does the bad opera singing, and it's so good.
And her best bit in this is also singing.
No.
Picking her dates for the annual orgy.
Yeah, well, your escorts, and they all come in QuickTime Heart. Oh, QuickTime Heart. All the virgins, and they have the little signs with the no entry signs.
Yeah, girls, put on your no entry signs. We're confronting
men.
Guys. Oh, she's just, I cannot talk about her.
I don't know how she manages to move around with that thing on her head as well, the big the headpiece. Because, she whips around and it is fucking glued on there.
It's just the no, yes, no, at the very end. Wait a minute. Yes!
Oh, yes.
But, we kind of skipped over Dom DeLuise there.
Yeah.
As the Emperor.
That's just because Madeline Kahn. I love Dom DeLuise.
It's nice we get him for a bit more in this than we did in Blazing Saddles. But unfortunately, he's also reappearing with the F-slurs in this again. 3 times in short order in the bit in the Roman palace itself.
Yeah.
Again.
Boy, when you die at the palace, you really die at the palace.
Yeah, but rinse and repeat what we said for Blazing Saddles. Yeah. The F-slurs are in there. It's not cool. It was a different time.
Yeah.
But at least it's all that's in there is just that. The rest of the film is largely free of...
And they have... at the very start, you get the first marriage and then the first homosexual marriage. And
Mel Brooks isn't. Mel Brooks is by no means a homophobe.
No,
and never has been. It's just that word was a lot more common back then. Yeah. But it's there. It's there 3 times in quick order. So just if you haven't seen it, be aware of it.
But he does get to bath and treasure, like Scrooge McDuck.
That's what I love.
Treasure bath.
Like carved alabaster bath, and he's just like, nice. It's nice, not amazing, but nice.
What else have you brought me?
Well, wait till you see what goes in the bath. And then his whole thing with treasure baths. It's supposed to be Nero.
Yeah.
Kind of obviously, because that's the rep that Nero has. But just
absolute nut job.
Just all of it, when after he's offended and wants to have them killed, and he's like, I have an idea, and then turns to Nympho. What was my idea?
Oh yeah, because the Vestal Virgin's like, oh, you have to save them again, please. Oh no, the best, because they've saved Josephus, and he's working as a wine pourer, and he goes to pour her Nympho wine, and he's like, say when? 8:30.
Another excellent look to camera. Speaking of Josephus again, when they have their gladiator duel and Comicus gets the upper hand and asks the Emperor to spare him, and the Emperor's like, no, kill him. Every time he goes in for the killing blow, the squeals out of Josephus are just so funny. It's the look on his face and the way he curls up and it's just great.
You know that great video of the guy getting arrested and he's like, my safe word is banana.
My safe word is watermelon?
Yeah, don't touch me. Oh, Mr. Police opposite.
Very same energy, actually, yeah.
He's like, don't be dumping all that change on the ground. I love that video.
Yeah, no, it's after they escaped from the gladiator battle. That's when they end up with all the Vestal Virgins and him dressed up as the eunuch.
Yeah, and they bring in
Caledonia to do her highly erotic dance.
And it is highly erotic.
I just like he's a eunuch. He's definitely a eunuch.
He's
dead.
And then the one feather.
Yeah, I quite enjoy the Senate gag as well of, shall we not aspire to a more noble purpose? Instead of building, mansions for the rich, shall we not build decent housing for the poor? What say ye?
Fuck the poor. Yep.
I'm glad we haven't changed.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Oh, we even get a walk this way gag.
Oh, I love a walk this way gag.
I don't think that Mel Brooks can lay claim to the walk this way gag, but it's a good one. It's a good one. It
will forever be Marty Feldman doing the weird walk behind somebody.
Yeah. But yeah, when they're escaping then, Miracle shows up. They make their escape on Miracle. There's a big weed gag. Kind of funny, kind of obvious.
Yeah.
And then they make their way to Judea and we get the Last Supper gag, which I do quite enjoy, of him bursting in to take the order of everybody at the Last Supper.
Yeah.
John Hurt playing Jesus. And just the whole back and forth about ordering, and then
Leonardo da Vinci showing up to paint.
Yeah, no.
To do the painting, and then being like, this won't work, you all have to stand on the other side.
No, when Jesus is talking about who's going to betray him and all this, and he keeps interrupting, and at the end they're like, just get out, and he's like, fine, Jesus. And Jesus is like, what? That whole back and forth. Jesus, what? Jesus thing. Love it. And that's the end of the Roman section, and it is, it's like 49 minutes of an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And it's definitely the better part of the film. It's got a lot of the best gags. It's got Madeline Kahn. It's got Gregory Hines. Nothing against any of the other actors in any of the other sections.
No, but you're not going to really top Madeline Kahn.
It's got Mel Brooks' best bit, because the King's good, but I enjoy Comicus more. His stand-up routine is quite fun as well. How'd you make a Venetian blind? Like this. The two fingers in the eyes. It's the best section of
also,
the film.
it's one of my, it's the freeze frame moment. That he's like, who wants to look like a big fat pig? And Dom DeLuise is up on his knees over the edge of the chaise with the apple in his mouth.
That he's just taken out of the pig's mouth.
And he goes, huh?
Did he say big fat pig? Do you think he means me?
This is him.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, it is the largest part of the film, but it also has most of the funniest gags. I skipped over my favourite one, however, which is when they're escaping and they come to the river and then Moses parts it for them.
And then as they rise up,
as they ride off, you see Moses is being robbed, but his little rant when the robber runs away is so funny. You bitch, you bastard, you won't let an old man do anything anymore. It's just... When Mel Brooks goes all Yiddish, it always cracks me up. But that's probably that's my favourite Moses gag, and probably one of my favourite ones in the Roman section. I know it's coming, and it just cracks me up every time, the way he rants and raves after the mugger runs off. But after Rome, we go to the Spanish Inquisition,
which is interesting.
Now, you know me in musicals.
I love a big musical number. I love a big water ballet number. This has both of it, and for some reason, the thing that makes you giggle every single time is the
rabbis on the slides. It's just because they go into this big swimming routine,
with full proper
no more lyrics, no more funny. It's just okay. We've just got
and there's big musical flourishes.
And it's like, okay, fine. Mel Brooks is just doing his thing. We saw him do it.
He enjoys the stage show.
Yeah, we saw him do it in The Producers with the actual stage show,
Springtime for Hitler,
and dancing and choreographed numbers. He likes to choreograph things, so you kind of forget that. All right, this is just Mel indulging, and then all of a sudden there's just rabbis dropping into the pool beside the synchronized swimmers, and again it gets
in
me
full
every
garb
time
as well.
Yeah.
They're not in snazzy costumes; they're in full kind of traditional garb.
It's just and I think that gag, and then
when they open the Iron Maiden and Mel is so because when they said that it was hello, we're going to
he must have been face to face with your man,
but the big stupid grin on his face
and shaking your man's hand inside, that the Iron Maiden
when it opens up, just Mel's face in that moment and the big stupid cheesy grin, so funny.
I as I said, I don't like musical numbers generally speaking, This one in particular gets stuck in your head for fucking ages because it's so catchy. But I think I kind of realised something when we were watching it this time that made me a little more tolerant of it, because I was always like, I feel like it's just a random bridging section that he threw in there. But I don't know what made me think of it, but it's basically an American version of the Camelot aside in Monty Python.
Let's not go there, it's a silly place.
But in the Holy Grail, it's just a short little silly song that has nothing to do with the film at large.
But it moves the plot on.
Well, it's a gag that's just there to be silly and isn't really related to the rest of the film. And this is kind of like that, but it's just an American version of it because it's bigger. It's a big full musical number with giant set that cost
it's
millions
not
to
dudes
make.
dancing on tables.
It is this big thing, and I kind of appreciate it a little bit more. Like there's a couple of good gags in there. The bit with Jackie Mason and I can't remember the other guy talking about what's happened, like the torture that they've suffered. There's some good gags in there. It's a musical number, so it's never going to be my favourite thing in the film. But it's only a few minutes long, and then we're on to the last major portion of the film, which is the French Revolution. And it's, again, got some good gags.
I do think you were saying it very much probably the inspiration for the accents in Hello Hello, because when they're talking about how they don't even have their own language, they all have this stupid accent.
We don't have their language. We don't even. It's so funny, and I kind of feel like they underuse Cloris Leachman in it because she's got some great bits. Like I don't even have wool for my knitting needles that she's knitting away,
and then like repeat after me and starts coughing.
Yeah.
Let's end this meeting on a high note.
Yeah, or when she shows back up, we the people of France. So she is. Yeah,
I
she's
love
a little
Cars
bit
as that weird little background actor that shows up like in High Anxiety as the matron.
She's a bigger role in High Anxiety,
but like these little things where she'll just pop in and be like and continue on.
Yeah,
you don't get enough. There's none of her and Harvey Korman in this together, and them interacting with each other is always fantastic.
Yeah, I don't want, not that Harvey Korman is underutilized in this, but it's unfortunate when we know the chemistry he has with both Madeline Kahn and Cloris Leachman that we've seen in other films. It's a shame that the only person he really gets to interact with is Mel Brooks and a bit of Bernays, which is great.
I also enjoy Cloris popping her boob with the knitting needle and then just adjusting her shawl and continuing on.
The back and forth with Bernays is great with Harvey Korman.
Do you have any more of those delicious raisins?
Yes, but these are mine.
You ate your share. They roll out the red carpet over the peasants and they're standing on them and he goes back to kick one a couple of times. I hate your cuffs. I hate your cuffs. I hate your cuffs. I hate your cuffs. A man's cuffs should not be longer than his pee-pee. Yours are at your balls.
But later on, then he's just getting a blowjob in the background.
Yeah. Talking about how the Queen's a good sport. The human chess set. Knight takes Queen. Bishop takes Queen.
See, I think that's why I feel like the French Revolution is the weaker part, because it's all just random gags. The random gags are good, but like a lot of the gags in the Roman section are related to what's going on in the plot or the fact that they're in Rome. A lot of these gags are they're funny, but they're just random bits of gags in there.
I like those ridiculous ones around the king, because the idea is that like he's so completely out of it and doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, violence. I abhor violence.
Shooting.
Pull.
Yay, obvious ragdoll. Do you enjoy an obvious ragdoll or a very stiff mannequin?
I love when the count finally comes up to him. Yeah. And he's like, it came to money. And he goes to...
correct him.
Don't correct me. And of course we get Spike Milligan in this section. So obviously that's a bonus.
He's been locked in the Bastille. He's the crazy bird man. It's Spike being wonderful.
I think his best bits are when he's been let out and they come to save the king. Falls over. What fool put a carpet on the wall? And as they go to pick him back up, he's like, King, you're much taller than I remember. But then when he's stood upright, he's like, oh, never mind. Again, Spike, anytime Spike shows up is always a good thing.
And Spike being allowed to just be weird.
I'd imagine they basically just let Spike just do whatever he wanted, like with the birds and everything.
Fly, my pretties! And they're just dropping.
And now I shall invent the catapult. Swings the cat, throws it out the window. There was a lot of great gags, but they're not as, I don't know, they're just not as well tied into to the setting as the Roman ones are. And then it's
when there is the wonderful bit where he's trying to find the pardon in the desk and he's like, execution. Oh, look, one pardon left. How lucky for us.
Yeah, because it's basically just Count Monet shows up.
Tries to explain to him the importance of it. They had discovered the double, swap out the king.
Yeah, and then...
leave the double there to get things.
You've got...
And then he gets rescued off the guillotine by Miracle and Josephus.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's half the length of the Roman section, so it is really only kind of like 3 or 4 scenes or plot bits where it's like, yeah, Count Monet shows up to tell him about the revolution, and then they plan to have the double, and then the other side of it is Mademoiselle Rimbaud showing up and being like,
revolution.
Free my dad.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And then the revolution shows up at the end, they put him on the guillotine, and Josephus shows up with Miracle to save them in a very, well, it is Mel Brooksy as well, but very much kind of Holy Grail ending.
Yeah.
Of what's going on here, giant fourth wall break, because he's like, Josephus, aside from the fact that the piss boy recognizes Josephus as Josephus.
Hey, it's Josephus.
How'd you get here? And he's like, it's movie magic.
Hey, look, it's the big ending.
Kiss me, darling, here comes the big ending. And yeah, then we get our ending, and it's carved into a mountain, and we just get a small, don't leave yet, here's coming attractions. And it's Hitler on Ice.
Hitler on Ice.
Which is just a couple of seconds.
Jews in space.
Well, let's see Hitler on Ice, see a Viking funeral, which is just a ship burning, and then see Jews in space. Jews in Space is just a short little song, but I still love it. I love it. Zooming around, protecting the Hebrew race.
Makes a nice change from Mormons in space.
It does.
Because Mormons always be in space for some reason in sci-fi shows. Why is that the one?
Mormons have this thing about going off and discovering their own promised land.
I think their ship in The Expanse is my favourite.
Yes, but Jews in Space continues in History of the World Part 2.
Yeah. As does Hitler on Ice. Where he's getting scored and they're like, oh no, there's a Luger.
Oh, he's off to the bunker to kill himself.
Oh, what a shame.
But that's the second one.
Yeah.
And that's a TV show, not a movie. But no, it's like I said at the start, it's definitely not his strongest film.
No,
it would be one I'd introduce people to Mel Brooks.
No, it's kind of like, and now for something completely different.
Yeah, I'd say it's more like The Meaning of Life.
Yeah.
Because The Meaning of Life is kind of, it's a bit more structured.
But it is a similar concept.
Yeah, it's a similar kind of concept of this comedy.
Whereas when you look at, like, say, High Anxiety, Blazing Saddles...
Well, all the rest of his films are...
like parody, with the exception of the producers.
They're all narrative stories.
Yeah.
They're not series of sketches. They might have sketches in them, particularly the ones like Spaceballs and Robin Hood Men in Tights tend to have more sketchy asides in them, but they're all still strict narrative stories. And it shows in this as well, where the strongest and funniest bits are the ones
that Roman section
that have more narrative elements to them, like, because the caveman sketches are kind of weak. There's 1 or 2 good gags in there. The Inquisition thing, it's just not to my taste, but it's Mel Brooks and musical, so it's done well, you know what I mean? But yeah, the strongest part's definitely the Roman, then the French Revolution.
There's so much to make fun of though in Rome.
Oh yeah, and I'm glad that in the second one they do it more as a sketch thing. So instead of it just being
it's broken
one
up.
big narrative, it's like, oh hey, we jump around. Sometimes we're at the Civil War, sometimes we're at this, then we go back to the Civil War, then we go back to Judea, and I think it works better for the show. Also,
one of our favourite lines. Oh shit! It's the Roro.
It's the second one is worth watching. It's worth watching, especially if you enjoyed this.
It's got Richard Kind in it, so
yeah. There's some Richard Kind. It's very much like this in that it's some of the gags are hit and miss. And
it leans more into the fact that like there's the bit with the Lost Romanovs and she's like doing social media on a wind up camera.
Yeah, it leans
like
a lot
you
more
get a
into
bit of
modern...
that in this one, in the Rome where your man's got the big fucking silver,
the boombox on
boombox walking around, and there is like what would be modern things.
Yeah,
but obviously it's more exaggerated now. But I love your one being Dove Cameron as Anastasia being like, oh shit, I'm gonna die.
I'm literally dead right now because my family is literally dead right now.
I feel like I gotta go into hiding, but hashtag Last Romanoff, follow along for my bid for freedom, and I was like, that's accurate right there. Also Kubla Khan.
However, that's where they've put a lot more of that into the modern one.
Yeah.
I feel like that might make it age more poorly.
Whereas, the little touches.
Because in this, the only gag that you might not get where they've used something modern is the boombox.
Yeah.
If you've never seen a boombox before, you'd be like, what the fuck is that? Like, I kind of know that Funky Town song, but what the hell is that thing? Whereas everything else you get, because if you understand anything about the French Revolution or if you understand anything about Rome, you can follow along everything. Whereas if you watch History of the World Part 2 in 20 years, a lot of those like Uber related gags or like TikTok related gags might not make sense to a lot of people then. So I don't think it'll necessarily age as well as this did.
It was something about how like you couldn't do Gossip Girl now because when Gossip Girl came out, social media didn't exist like that. So it being like an email thing, and everybody got like this email or text.
But I mean, that's anytime like, you try and
if you tried to pitch that now, they'd be like, so
anytime in movies or TV when you try and make a thing very very current to the modern age, it's just by its nature, it's not going to age well because it is linked to that very specific time. Whereas there's nothing about this that makes you go, oh shit, I need to know a lot about the 70s for these gags to make sense, or the 80s for these gags to make sense.
Because even, I think, like, even the Jack Rasp joke in this, the Rasputin.
Yeah, like we get it because we watched Jackass 20 years ago.
I was very happy to see Chris Pontius. I was like, hi, you were my favourite one.
But yeah.
Like, that's a very specific point in time that a lot of, it's one of those things where people don't know about it.
Some of the gags definitely in the second one aren't going to hold up as well with time. No. Whereas
this is just fucking funny.
It's gonna stay. Yeah, it's gonna stay the same level of funny for you regardless of when you watch it.
You don't even have to understand the concept of like, oh, this was a portable music device to understand that it stands out in the environment.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas you would have to know what TikTok was watching that Romanov sketch. Yeah. You have to know what TikTok was watching that Romanov sketch. You could get an idea
it's Instagram,
of it maybe,
it's any of those social media influencers.
You'd have the fact that I didn't even fully understand which platform it was. So I think that definitely will stand to more to the favour of the movie rather than the TV show. Like, I don't mean to be talking loads about the TV show, but it is definitely one of the stronger points of this, that it has actually aged quite well, with the exception of those F-slurs. It has aged quite well. It's not his strongest film. It's still a very fucking funny film,
It is fucking brilliant. No, I do, of them. It's the one I would sit down to watch if I was like, I want to throw something on, but I'm maybe not going to watch the whole thing.
Yes.
You can watch this in segments. To whatever
section you want.
Yeah, you can watch this in segments if you just want to watch something funny.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I would sit down and watch the entirety of Men in Tights.
Yeah.
I love Men in Tights. It's one of, like, I know it's probably not one of his most well-loved. I really enjoy it because I think I saw it when it came out, like when we were quite small.
Yeah.
So it has that nostalgia. And then as I got older, I started to get the more adult jokes that are in it.
Yeah. No, I think for me...
In particular, I didn't understand the chastity belt. It's also got one of my favourite fourth wall breaks where the camera comes through the bathroom window.
Yes. For me, I think you've got like different almost tiers of Mel Brooks films. You've got like top tier, which is your...
Producers, Blazing Saddles.
And like High Anxiety, and maybe Young Frankenstein.
But that's Gene Wilder.
And they are almost looser parodies.
Yeah.
And then you've got your more obvious parodies, which are in the kind of next tier, which are your Spaceballs, your
Robin Hood,
Men in Tights, and then like Silent Movie and this.
Yeah.
And they are much more... This is not much a parody.
Yeah, High Anxiety is very much a parody, but it's also got its own story that carries it.
Yeah, and like the producers would be, and Blazing Saddles is a bit more obviously, but like Spaceballs is so incredibly obviously a parody of Star Wars and also some sci-fi films.
But like he actually had permission to do that as well.
All the Robin Hood films, you know what I mean?
In particular, like very much the Errol Flynn one. Love Carrie Hills in this. He's hilarious.
And then you've got your kind of third tier of Mel Brooks films, which is your Life Stinks kind of era, which are like not so good. Like, but that said, it's still a Mel Brooks film, and this is like to me, this is tier 2 Mel Brooks. So you know what I mean? It's not Mel Brooks at his absolute finest, but that's still Mel Brooks making some damn good jokes.
It's basically the album that comes out that's like, these are all the songs that weren't good enough for that album.
I don't think it's quite that.
No, but when that album is good.
It's still
this album.
It's still an excellent film. It's just not Mel Brooks' best film. No. You know what I mean? There are some gags that don't land. As I said, I wouldn't be my first thing that I'd introduce somebody to Mel Brooks. No, that's the
producers.
But you also wouldn't need to be like a Mel Brooks super fan
to enjoy
watch this.
Yeah.
Like you want to be a Mel Brooks super fan to go and watch some of to watch everything he's ever made, like even some of them stuff. But it's just still a damn good film. You don't need to be a super fan to watch it or to enjoy it, I don't think.
No, it's one of those ones where, you can kind of zone in and out as well on it.
Yeah, one of probably his only ones because it has that sort of sketch structure where you can separate it out and go, I'll just watch this bit, or I'll just watch that bit. But you should probably watch all of it. Make up your own mind. Because I know there are plenty of people who enjoy other bits of it that I might not, But I think that about covers it for History of the World Part 1, unless there's any other high points or low points for you.
Not particularly. Like, I do have Madeline Kahn, that whole section, love her. That will always be my favourite bit, just because Madeline Kahn is phenomenal. I love Cloris Leachman. I really want her stripy tights.
Yeah.
When she's sat outside. I'm always kind of sad that they make Cloris Leachman be kind of a hag.
Yeah.
Because she's not. Because I was watching it going, damn, she's got a rack on her. But when you saw,
everybody has a rack on them in the France section in
fairness.
Oh,
yeah. There's Pamela Stevenson. I don't know how she was able to breathe in that corset.
Yeah, I think it was probably more to do with the corsets.
It's like, Jesus Christ. No, it has.
Cast is definitely a high point, yeah.
But I can very much, once we kind of get past Rome, I get the little bit of Bernays, and then I can kind of take it or leave it. I kind of phase out and then go, ooh, Spike Milligan, and then phase out again.
Yeah, I'd be much the same as you. High points for me are the cast. There is some incredible jokes in there as well, and lower points would be, the kind of the disconnect overall, and the fact that, some sections I do feel are obviously weaker than others.
I feel like the caveman section, if we'd taken off some of the caveman section, and padded out France a bit more.
I think for me it's just that there is an imbalance so much time-wise between the different sections, because I know there was other things he wanted to include. Some he took out for not doing well, others it was a time issue, and I just feel like if you wanted to have more sections, maybe. Yeah. And then there was other sections, and you still had the big bit of Rome and the big bit of the French Revolution, and the rest was just small sketches dotted in between. But because you've basically only got one section, tiny bit about Moses, really big story, one section, French Revolution. Yeah. It's kind of weird.
There's no real balance to it.
But beyond that, like if you take each individual bit as its own, they're all still quite good. But when you take it together, it feels a bit imbalanced. And as I say, couple of the jokes don't land, bit of an imbalance. Negative points, big points, amazing cast, and the jokes that do land are fucking brilliant because it's Mel Brooks. But if you haven't watched it, go watch it. If you haven't watched it in a while, go watch it.
If you've only heard of the second one, watch the first one.
Yes, definitely. There is a part 1.
There is a part 1.
And a part 2. That's my biggest negative, is they ruined that gag.
It should be part 4. It's like the Douglas Adams trilogy of 5.
Yeah. But I think we have a rough idea maybe of what we're going to do over the next couple of weeks, and similar-ish in theme that we're going to stick with it.
Well, hopefully now that the weather has stopped being apocalyptic for Ireland, because Jesus Christ, January was everything.
Yeah, there was a lot going on storm-wise. I'm not going to make any promises, because I put up a little update being like, we should be back on track soon.
And then we lost power again.
Didn't get back on track at all. So we'll do our best. We will try to get back weekly if we can. Yeah. But hopefully it shouldn't be any longer than 2 weeks if it's not within a week. You know what I mean? We are going to continue uploading, that's for sure.
Yeah, it just may be a little bit sporadic.
Yeah, but next week we are probably going to be looking at Bill and Ted.
Woo!
Then the following week we will be looking at Time Bandits.
Are we sensing a theme?
Yes, there's a bit of a theme. And then the last week of February we will be looking at I Killed Einstein, Gentlemen. If you don't know what that is, look it up.
1969.
Well, actually, no, don't look it up. Go and watch it. If you've never heard of it, just sight unseen, go and watch it in advance of us talking about it. You'll enjoy it. It's a trip. It is a trip. But that's what we've got in store for the next few weeks, hopefully. But as ever, guys, thanks for joining us. We will be back soonish. But in the meantime, you can head back and listen to some of our previous episodes or our other podcast, Mono Rants the Boys. Or you can come and chat with us on Twitter at rantsmono, on Instagram, monorants_the_boys, or on Blue Sky at rantsmono, or you can send your own rants to monorantspodcast@gmail.com. And we'll chat to you soon. Bye-bye.